And hello again, YouTube. It's Figuri here. Got my awesome enchanted iron armor with my diamond boots. That's right. Got to be like Ethos, have my feather falling boots on. Although mine are not nearly as impressive. You know, protection to feather falling 2. So not nearly as impressive as like feather falling 3, maybe 4, but they work. And this got prot 1, and then blast. That was the worst one ever. But you know, it's better than nothing. At least creepers don't bother me as much. Why does the sand sound so crazy? Alright, so this is about where spawn is on this map. It's actually closer to probably over here somewhere. So one of the first places I looked at is I decided, you know, I kind of want a place. If anybody from my other group, Mikey, Glahin, and them, Wolf Demon, whatnot, normally I like to build in a mountain. In fact, one of our maps that we had on our server, I literally displaced all of the outer part of the mountain with cobblestone and glass panes. It was extremely labor intensive, and I was made fun of. It was about 10 stories tall. I basically replaced an entire mountain with yeah, with all of my stuff. Let me turn this volume down just a little bit. Good night. Sounds not too loud. It's kind of loud in my ears, I guess. That's just me. But so I kind of built off in the mountain area. And once I started building, I found some reeds. And for people who come into the server, this is a standalone server, and it's not on my machine here locally. I have an older Mac G5 dual 2.5 processors, liquid cooled, only running 2 gigs of RAM at the moment. That's what's I'm hosting this server on that machine there, and then I connect to it with my MacBook Pro. But I wanted other people to be able to come into the server on a case-by-case basis. NATO actually has access to the server at all times. I leave the server running 24/7, probably much to my landlord's chagrin, but I leave it running. I got a decent connection here. So, you know, to kind of guide people to my house, to my starting area, I started putting the reeds around the side. And it looks like NATO came in either last night or tonight, this morning, this afternoon, and has finished surrounding the jut out of the island here with the reeds. So we'll come back towards the house here, towards my first hidey hole, my first hideout. Don't want to take Kurt J. Max's phrase of hidey hole there, but it is kind of a hole in the mountain hole in a hill that I started. Now I have explored a little bit of this map. I've been about 300 blocks that way, and probably about 200 blocks that way. It was funny to listen to the fans on my G5 power up and go up and down as I started rendering new pieces to the map here, new chunks. I haven't been a whole lot of distance that way. I've checked out that floating. That is actually a floating island, and I was thinking about building something there, but it's hard to build on something that's floating and still keep it natural looking. But yeah, I found a jungle, and I got my cocoa beans on the tree here. I don't have anything set up for the cocoa beans to automatically harvest them. Although I want to put a link in the description. Monkey Farm, who is another guy that I like to watch videos of, who has some pretty neat things. He's got a really great idea. I can't quite remember if he made it up, came up with himself or whatnot. But he's got a couple good tutorials on good cocoa bean farms where they automatic harvest. It's got a couple smart pistons involved, and it'll harvest all the beans off of it for you, make it kind of easy to pick them up. But I'll put a link to that in my description when I get through. But yeah, so I have one of each tree type here. I have the jungle tree here, which is I'm using as my cocoa bean farm. I've got a Got a birch. I got the spruce. And then we have the mighty oak right here. But that was one of my goals, was to get one of every tree type, so I could play around with the wood. Oh man, that's loud. So I could play around with the wood in my ears. Ha! Not in my ears. So I could play around with the wood like I did here. And I had a different entrance to this man cave originally. I had just a... I had all the different colors of stairs and half slabs all arranged with a double door, and I don't know, the wooden doors, zombies were beating my doors down, and I figured it would be better to conceal that. This is my first place I put the bed in, and actually Trials Kid was with me. Trials Kid was with me when I first started the map, and so I had 2 beds so we could both sleep. And I've got a passageway down to one of my mines there. Started using these jack-o'-lanterns for lighting. Picked that up from Ethos. He uses a lot of jack-o'-lanterns. Well, he started out using a lot of jack-o'-lanterns, and he's since then gone to... he would put pressure plates on them and try to put leaves around them and try to disguise them. And in some of his newer videos, he's using pistons, actually. And it's a great idea. Light likes to pass through pistons, so it works well for that. But I do have some lapis, some glowstone. I have been to the nether. I don't have a nether base set up by any means, but I have been to the nether, have some gold nuggets from those pesky pigman zombies. I have some moss stone, like I found that you did see I found the 1 spawner in my last video. I've harvested all the mossy stone from that. And, you know, just have a few things here and there. I have 58 iron blocks of iron, and I had a little more than that, but I made some armor for NATO for the last video so he wouldn't be naked. Have some eggs. I'm going to start a chicken farm. Another series I like to watch. Like I said, Monkey Farm. He's got some really good ideas on chicken farms, and even an automatic chicken cooker, which I think is really cool. I have recreated it before on one of our older servers using redstone, using red power, a mixture of red power and buildcraft, and it worked quite well. There's some lightning going on outside, not in the game, mind you, in real life, but you know, that's one of the things. So this was started out, I was keeping all my stuff in here. Here's my jungle wood stairs and my oak wood stairs and this roof. So this is what I had surrounding the entrance there. It did not look good at all. But this is kind of like the starter shack. Got my wooden door with the vines, kind of keeping the creepers out, keeping the zombies out, away from the door. Doesn't always work, but it's a great idea. But this episode, I kind of wanted to go back to the village. Now, I visited the village, and now I'm kind of concerned that I lit up some of the village, but I don't think I did enough to protect the villagers. So what I'm going to do, I can't remember if there was any iron golems, so I'm going to take some of my iron blocks with me, and I'm going to take some... I got plenty of coal, plenty of torches. Take some more of the some iron golem. Excuse me. I'm gonna take the materials to make the iron golems with me, as long as there is anybody left when I get there, and we'll go ahead and see about preserving them for later use. Don't know if I'm gonna do a transport system, kind of like. Oh, I know where those sticks are from when NATO died. I don't know if I'm gonna do transporting. I think I might work on building nether portals, using a nether hub to go between the two, and do it that way. I think that's kind of a neat way of doing it. I like to see in the MineCraft server where they have their nether portals, their nether hub, and they go between the two main areas in their nether hub. I think that's kind of neat. I'd like to do something like that. So, I know it's nighttime. We'll go hit the bed real quick, make it daytime, grab my iron blocks and my pumpkins, and we'll head out. So, so let's head on out. Dun 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 dun. Not that I'm Indiana Jones, but we can make it sound like I'm Indiana Jones. Really need to start working on getting some XP up to work on a new pick. I've enchanted a couple diamond picks, and unfortunately have not gotten another good working pick. Oops. I did get a silk touch pick, which is useful for certain things, but it's not good for what I need to pick for. Where did he go? Oh. He kind of went through the tree right there. He just kind of went into the tree. That was crazy. But I really need to pick for just my day-to-day use. And the current pick I got, the Efficiency 3, Unbreaking 3, is getting to the point where it's probably going to break here shortly. So I want to go ahead and make another replacement for that. So I've got probably about 150, 200 blocks. I've got a transverse. Oh, loading errors. Blessed 1.3. One of the wonderful features of 1.3 is the slow chunk loading. That's a feature now. It's not a flaw. It's a feature. As long as we can remember that, we won't hurt anybody's feelings. This is where I got my spruce tree from. My saplings came up and chopped down trees. Got enough saplings. I made a couple hidey holes in here to sleep the night. And there's some pigs. I have some pork back at the base, and I might work on transporting a couple pigs back eventually. It's not going to be a main goal by any means, but you know, that's something to think about. I already have a pretty huge cow farm going, so I'm not hurting for steak, which, as you can see in my bar, is one of my staple diets. And then I have my little wheat farm going, so I do have plenty of bread. More desert. Now I searched and searched the desert, and I was unable to find a desert, not a stronghold, the desert dungeon, one of the little dungeon things. Have not found one yet, and as you can see, I really haven't been over here much because the cacti haven't grown. Basically ran through here on the way back. I spent about, I can't remember. I think it was like 4 hours one day, real time, transversing the map, looking for the jungle. And also looking for a village. I was really hoping to find a village on this map. But after watching some of... lag. After watching some of Vintage Beef and Ethos videos, I'm afraid I might have an issue. I might get back to my village and it be empty. So, oh, that's a drop. That's why I have feather falling. Alright. Some open coal there. I don't think I've been here before. It's kind of a new feature to 1.3. This map is solely new to 1.3. That's new to me. Floating island with ice. That's cool. But one of the features in 1.3 is these just random craters, it appears. It's a new feature. Yes, it's a feature. Remember, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Under ice caves. I swear I am not lost. Not lost at all. I know exactly where I'm going as the thunder rolls outside of my house. Chickens everywhere! Oh, okay, I'm good. Need to get some more eggs so I can start my chicken farm. But as you can see, it's kind of a little bit of a journey here. And I'm only about 80% sure I'm going in the right direction. So I'm going to record some more, and I'll probably jump around. I'll fast forward some, cut some out. So hopefully next time you see me, I'll be at the village. Toodaloo.